The Court of Public Opinion is a part of the Amateur Radio Network. Thank you for listening to the Court of Public Opinion. The story is George Floyd, who was suffocated to death during a traffic, or I think they were picking him up on a fraud charge. Um, and you can see by the video, in fact, I have an image here of Floyd. If you can see him down here, the officer had her knee on his neck, meaning she was obstructing his airway. And that is not what a normal arrest would look like, so that everybody knows when you arrest somebody and you have them handcuffed, they're usually, I mean, if they're ever struggling to get out of it, they're not going to get out of that. Although I've heard stories. The thing is that he was not resisting arrest. That's the story of George Floyd. He died later at the hospital. We don't know the actual details of what would happen from here, but we were been talking to you guys. I just want to remember that photo. There was some other things that I got on my phone that I wanted to point out to some of you who know that there's been riots in Minnesota over this. So my condolences to George Floyd's family. This is a tragedy. They basically don't know what the outcome will be for the police officer. I would say that some people had suggested that they put the police officer under citizen's arrest. That's probably not far off the mark at all. I want to make sure I had saved the images and I can't find them. Well, anyway, I've been talking to you guys about constitutional freedoms, why our Constitution is under attack in this book. A traffic stop, and now he's dead, and the family has to go. They have to go to court too. So I couldn't even imagine confronting something like this. Well, we've been telling you guys that there's going to be an open, peaceable assembly, a rally, about the concerns that are going on in the state of Pennsylvania. I would say with the mail-in ballots, I am concerned about voter fraud, voter intimidation. All those topics should be something that you might want to ask if you get a chance to talk to candidates. I think I'm more concerned about the voter intimidation. I'm going to show you why. I don't think I have the sign with me. I had a Pittsburgh for Trump sign, and I had it ripped off my front yard, and that's what really started our discussions about voter fraud, voter intimidation, things like that. That whole thing, that's still in progress, so that there are major riots. And I'm going to do part 2, but it's not going to be in this broadcast. But I'm just going to show you some of the photos that I picked off of CBS News and screenshotted about what it looks like in Minneapolis, where George Floyd was held down by his neck. Guys, I want to tell you firsthand, if somebody ever put their knee on me, I would have difficulty breathing because of other medical issues. That's one thing. You're innocent until proven guilty. It's going to come down to everything has to be done according to the Constitution. Even when somebody's being arrested, they still have to be they're still innocent till proven guilty. You could be blamed for something, and allegations does not give the police officer the right to kill somebody. So, and most of the time, by the time you go to court, it the truth comes out that maybe you didn't do anything. You know, the allegations alone could get you killed. That's exactly what happened to George Floyd. So I'm going to keep this broadcast short, but we are going to be at that rally. I hope if you guys can organize on our Pittsburgh for Trump page so that we can get there and get in there as a group. I want to be there by 12 noon. I don't know that we'll be there by 12 noon. I'm thinking we'll probably be there 1 o'clock. The bottom line is, if we don't make it, we're still there and we still support everybody that is going to be at the rally. We're further. We're about over a half hour away from Pittsburgh, and it's a transportation issue right now. So, peaceable assembly. Remember that. That's the one thing that the church has been able to do is assemble peaceably. That doesn't mean you have to go along with illegal orders. You know, the Constitution clearly states in the First Amendment, the First and Eighth Amendment, Congress shall make no law, and that includes the Pennsylvania Congress and any Congress in any state. I want you to see that. The Congress shall make no law respecting the establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise of abridging the free speech or of the press, or the right of the people to peaceably assemble to petition the government for redress of grievances. There are a lot of churches that are still meeting in the drive-through churches. I mean, it's good that they are doing that. It's just once it's exceeded, it's like, I mean, I think we've gone far enough where, like, we have to get to the Social Security office, right? We can't even go down there because of the COVID restrictions. This is going on for over 3 months. People haven't been able to get regular business done. Business as usual. We want to see life get back to normal again. And that is something we were watching on some of President Trump's, not State of the Union, but his press briefings. So we're going to wait and see what the press briefing says. And we're going to follow the news. Pay attention to what's going on in Minneapolis. We're going to leave off here. Our condolences to George Floyd's family for their loss.